We are live.
We live, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
We live. Live with direct. Boy, a nice long intro, you know.
You gonna come on this show?
I might come on tonight. You never know with the MC, right? No, we say you gotta get better and better, you know. I'm getting better. Call me better cheddar, Bob. I'm crazy, y'all know that I'm crazy.
Yes, sir. Matt
Let that shit play. I like that, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a beat by the homeboy Chris England, Rookie Beats. You can hit him up on social media. Get some beats if you need some beats. Dude makes.
I like it, Tom.
I keep playing. I want to hear that out loud on my speaker. Go ahead.
Tom, turn up the volume, mic volume, just to tap in. Mic volume.
Okay, how's that? Hello.
Perfect. All right.
All right.
We're not live.
Yeah, we're live.
We're not.
Yeah.
We're not live. It's not on. Check your phone real quick. The feed's not happening. We're just rocking with us. Issei sure is pop another song on.
What the?
You see what I'm saying, right?
I haven't even tried yet.
Haven't even tried.
Yeah, we're live right now.
We're not.
You click the YouTube.
You're gone, so.
Yeah, we're live, bro. You go to the event page.
Yeah.
And click the YouTube link. In the
Janice.
event.
We are live.
I'm looking at it. We're live.
We're good.
Hey, if you say we're live, I'm down with it.
Let's start.
See, look, Matt. Look at yourself.
Oh, snap. Look at me. I'm a handsome, ugly motherfucker.
What is good,
no.
y'all? What is good?
All right,
Yes,
ladies
sir.
and gentlemen, welcome back to another segment of the DedBeatz. DedBeatz. That's right. I am, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Matt DeVinza. I'm a deadbeat, not in the sense, well, shit, I've been called a deadbeat before. That's all right. You know, I've been called sleazeball. I pretty much called everything. And I think the one thing that gets me through is young Bruce. You know what I'm saying? Kung Fu Karate has been a big part of my life. But we thought this evening, it's time to get a little real. Right? Instead of coming on with our stage names, we thought that we would just reveal the real, kind of like the Batman. But I'm not Bruce Wayne. I'm hiding from you.
Yeah.
All right. But you know what? I'm going to be honest with you.
What?
I'm taking off the gloves. Taking off the jacket. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. You know what? It's been a hell of a year, folks. It really has. And I feel blessed that I've hooked back up with my brothers that I haven't seen. I mean, literally, we've known each other almost 30 years. And that's a long time. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
3-0. Jeez Louise.
Actually,
I remember.
it's been exactly 30 years. Because I was 14 when I met y'all.
Well, that's what I'm
grade.
saying.
And I just turned 44.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Still no live feed? Hold on. We got a technical difficulty. Let me check it out. What's happening there? I guess there's a link that you click on. Is the link that I sent you?
The event page.
Let's go ahead and send that to Jan Canderson. You should be able. What episode is it? Wrong episode, folks. That's all right. No, we're good. We're good. Everybody, come on back. That's right. We are live. So at any rate, this show is actually the origins of hip hop, deadbeat style. The origin is about us. We've had what is this? Show number 6?
Yeah.
Episode 6.
Number 6, and we've had, actually, believe it or not, this is show 6, but this is actually show like 25. We've actually had quite a few folks on before we went live, and I hope you guys do not lose faith out there, those that we have had on the show previously, because this new platform is actually it's a larger platform that we had before, but I think it was a good stepping stone for us to get a little bit of practice, get people out there, and actually get people hyped about it because it's funny.
It's bigger.
I was just talking about tonight. There's been about 6 or 7 people that I've met in the community that I've let them know about the show. And you know what their response was? Wait a minute. The DedBeatz? Man, I've actually heard of them. Man, my head was like that big. You know what I'm saying? So that feels good. Yeah, well, you know, I got big head, big eyes. Yo, without further ado, man, before we get into this, so tonight's show, DedBeatz, you can, little station identification, you can catch us at Tom. Go ahead, hit them.
On YouTube at DedBeatz on YouTube.com. Pretty much, you can find us on YouTube, Facebook.
Next week, you'll be able to check us on
all streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, anywhere you find podcasts, you'll be able to find us. We're gonna be. I'm gonna be working on getting some episodes uploaded to the streaming sites so you can listen whenever, however you like.
You can ask Alexa. I hate that little bitch, but you can ask her all the time. I'll be asking her. I'll be like, Alexa, play some of that Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder. I know you fucking with me, girl. He's been doing everything. So you check us on our platforms. Station identification again was THADEDBEATZ at Facebook, Instagram, your mama's house. Check it on YouTube. Saturday night, 9 p.m. My name is Mac Clinton. I'm here with my 2 buddies. I have my man all the way from Reno, Nevada, originally from the 206, back to the 360. Now he's in the 916. I don't know. At any rate, my good buddy, lyrical miracle genius, Ian Flamberis. How you doing, brother? Better known as
Flamberis.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Yes, sir. Ian Flamberis. What a name.
Wow.
Shit is so hard to say, and I still have a hard time trying to tell motherfuckers how to spell that shit, man. But Reno's good. 775. That's the area code down here. Started out in 360, 206, all over. That's what's up.
That is what's up, man. What's that 916? That's your that's that Cali number or the AZ?
Yeah, that's, I was at Cali. I was out there when I was finishing my master's, and I just kept the phone number. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. It's hard to, the last phone number I had before that was a 360 number from Bellingham when I got a fucking analog Ericsson in 1999. So
360-220-5060. 360-220-5060.
I had that number forever.
Woo! That number I know. 47. I'm not gonna give out the other numbers. Yo, word up, man. I'm blessed to have you here, and I'm glad that we reconnected after so many years. I'm not gonna get on that because we're gonna get into all that in a little bit, but I gotta introduce another man that I met when I was 10 years old. Walked out the crib, big ass boombox, rocket. Man, I got a boombox in there. I was rocking this boombox, man. I was just hitting it. That was big shit. I was like, you will love to rap it from the east to the west. Rap it and rhyme it is what we do best. And I turned around and I seen this kid. He was on a skateboard with a Gumby. He was like, hey, man, what's that? And I had that fucking boombox. And I was like, yo, B, hold up. Click. It's like, yo, B, this the Fat Boy, son. What you doing? He's like, Fat Boy? I don't know. But he said, keep playing it. So we just... And that was it. Then we rolled back to his crib, walked in the house. Father, like a 6'2" black man with an afro, wearing a dashiki, sitting in a wicker chair, listening to country music. We went to the bedroom. We rocked rhymes. I went to the door next time. I said, is there any kids in the house that can play? And she came out. And from then on, we just kept playing music and chilling out. And I always be busting my and all of a sudden, this guy come out with the illest 16 at 11 years old that I ever heard. He never even knew he could rhyme, and it just never stopped. So from then on, we were buying singles like a mug. And this, without further ado, from the 360, originally from the 206 back to the 360. That's right, one of the wisest men of them all, 360, Tom Murfield. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Good, man. You know, just chilling, enjoying life. Got to enjoy some normalcy today.
What is that?
I went to a movie in a movie theater.
That's right. For all y'all that have been living under a rock, like the caveman in the Geico commercial, we are still under siege of COVID-15.
I mean, check 16. This though. Let him talk about this. This is some deadbeat shit right here. Tell him what's up, Tom. Tell me earlier.
So I sit down to watch. We sit down to watch that new Tom and Jerry movie.
Oh yeah.
The first song out the gate in the movie is De La Soul. The entire they got birds flying in the intro of the movie. They got these three pigeons and they're singing De La Soul. The pigeons are De La Soul. And the whole movie soundtrack is all hip hop.
Come on,
hip hop, the whole soundtrack.
And it's our kind of shit, right? It was the shit that we grew up on, right?
Yeah.
Yo, can I say what we're doing?
Nowadays, man.
Word up. I don't mean to interrupt, but I said, shopping bags that way down your arm. Said all those things you got from you. That's De La Soul, y'all. That last one before the last album. Oh man. That's right. Look, keep my man De La Soul. What was the song that came out back then? That we all have come on.
Potholes in My Lawn. They had so many cuts on that first album, man.
Yeah, they did. Well, and you know, De La Soul, they from Native Tongues, right?
Yes.
Native Tongue. That's right.
And who was the few cats that came out of Native Tongues besides Q-Tip?
You got Q-Tip. You got Leaders of the New School with Busta. You got Black Sheep. Right. Charlie Brown. I mean, that whole collective, that was everything that I was about when I was younger. I loved anything that Native Tongue was doing.
Which way? Watch way? How? What's the wrong sheep? Man, no.
But check this, man. Sorry, man. Really quick. While we was talking about De La Soul, that 3 feet high and rising, right? They ended up doing something with that about a year ago, and right now that CD is one of the most expensive CDs you can cop because it's completely out of print.
Here we go.
And they put it up on streaming for free, and they stopped publication on that shit. And to buy that right now, if you want to buy that shit, it's like $150, $200. There's articles about what they did. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Plug one, plug two. That's right. Actually, me and my guy Stu, big ups to Stu Bigsby. I'll make sure this guy is online watching this. I got a cat by the name of Stu Bigsby, and let me tell the origins of actually how the podcast and the Zoomcast and the StreamYard cast actually came about. As long as I've been doing hip hop, rhyming, MCing, big ups to Todd Templeton, Matt Arilla, Mac Nasty, Big Daddy T from the Deadbeats, but me and my man living that normal life, right? So we got families and whatnot, but that was our little hall pass, was to go see hip hop shows and eat the shit out of burgers. All right, because we love cheeseburgers. Tom, I know you love cheeseburger. My man over there quiet, but he's dreaming about a fucking burger in his mouth right now. I don't give a fuck what you say. He said, once I said cheeseburger, he was like,
I actually had some Five Guys yesterday.
That's what I'm talking about. The fries really ain't my hit. Sorry, Fry Guys. But at any rate, so we've been eating burgers for years, and then we go to hip hop concerts, and we have seen probably Talib Kweli 7 times. He knows. De La Soul we went to at the EMP was delicious, bro. That was one of the hottest shows, and they did that 3 feet high, 3 feet rising too. Black Star. I'll wait till the album comes out, if it ever comes out. But you know, I was a little disappointed. But at any rate, we've been doing it for years, and we were like, man, we should do a podcast, you know, talk about food and hip hop. And so I held his feet to the fire. But then it got bigger for me. Yes, and I'm like, man, I've been doing this music how long and never recorded an album. A lot of bands, Project Tha DedBeatz, but I said, I'm gonna go back to the cats that I grew up with, that I began rhyming with, and they are gonna inspire me, inspire them to inspire me. Help me, help you, help me. So I called Tom up, give me beats. I called EF over there, IF. I already say your name. I said, man, what you don't know, this guy's a genius, still rocking the mic in the town as of before COVID hit, but still producing. I mean, this cat, Wise Guy's got a following here, Tom Murfeld, Wise Guy Entertainment. Check that out.com, right?
WiseGuy360.com. And on that note, we're going to go to a real quick break here.
That's right. That's right.
Throughout the show, we'll take breaks. We'll play some music, listen to what we're playing, and here we go.
Here we go. We'll be right back, y'all. Sit tight, and if you want to hear some nice music, go ahead and put your headphones on and turn the music up. Endless Plug, THADEDBEATZ, DedBeatz, every Saturday night. Peace. We'll be right back.
We're back with our origin.
I'm so low that my ass is scraping, shit vibrating, deep dish games. I'm so low that my ass is scraping, ass is scraping, ass is scraping.
I should say real quick, sorry y'all for the last 2 weeks. 1 week was Weather Increments, Showdown, and last week my brother's here. Saying Wise Guy, they helped the showdown. There's the
I'm really about to set it off.
Y'all, okay?
Grab the mic and start letting off.
Mental health real.
Really with the fuckery, but really you ain't touching me. It's Rose, man, nigga. A to Z in them streets, nothing bigger. You can catch me on 33rd or at the S mark, smoking on some fucking herb. You getting on my ass nerve. Hop in the Lincoln and bend the fucking fast curve. Shit slapping like a rumble pack. I'm here, nigga. I'm bringing back that bundle rap. You can feel it like a thunderclap. So get from around me with that boo-boo and blubber rap. If you run up on me at the spot, you might get something and catch a fucking mollywop. I kill shit, my niggas really run the block. Arms up, fuck the rest of the shit you about to pop.
Shit vibrating, deep dish games. Rhyme so low that my ass is scraping. Shit vibrating, deep dish games. Rhyme so low that my ass is scraping. Ass is scraping, ass is scraping. Rhyme so low that my ass is scraping. Shit vibrating, deep dish games. Rhyme so low that my ass is scraping.
I bet the block gon' move. I slide in the whip, bet they all gon' groove. Shake up the spot, whip all too smooth. From the rims to the top, bitch, all too cool. You can catch me on a come up fresh inside out. Guts match the rim, shit slip right now. I'm a gas brake dip, hit the switch right now. Dump the ass in quick, make a dip right now. Catch me out in traffic, picking my throat. Middle finger to the world with my foot in the flow. Pack life, baby, slamming all 4 doors. Hanging out the window screaming that shit go. All in the low, blowing on the throat. Everything I get, I put it all on the flow. All on the block, I'ma beat the beat up. And every time you see me, I'ma eat the streets up.
Shit vibrating, deep dish games. Rhyme so low that my ass is scraping. Shit vibrating, deep dish games. Rhyme so low that my ass is scraping. Ass is scraping, ass is scraping. Rhyme so low that my ass is scraping. Shit vibrating, deep dish games. Rhyme so low that my ass is scraping.
I'ma bring the mob back. Roseberry, bring the heat, you got that. Cooking race in these streets, nigga, all that. 33rd off the curb, nigga, my side. I'ma bring the mob back. Roseberry, bring the heat, you got that. Cooking race in these streets, nigga, all that. 33rd off the curb, nigga, my side. Bars up, real niggas still here. Since the days of MVP in that big gear. We was really wild as fuck. On the wrong mood, everybody getting slumped. Throwing chairs at a broad, they ain't kick us out. That was at the church show. Bro, we brought the whole hood out.
Are you ready, House Jordan?
Get knocked out. All Roseberry, everybody know the gang. 05, 06, we was running things. I pull up at the SR, get the sweet 740, meet me in the park. It's going down real big. Roseberry, old school, we know how to live. I pull up at the SR, get the sweet 740, meet me in the park. It's going down real big. I'ma bring old school, we know how to live. I'ma bring the mob back. nigga, all that. 33rd off the curb, watch side. I'm up in the mob back. Rosemary, bring your heat, you got that. Any rate in these streets, nigga, all that. 33rd off the curb, west side. It goes down in the village though. Just south 500 St. John's Road. Right turn in that letter suit. All day long with it raising bulletproof. Shotguns and all that. Make a wrong turn, get your wig pushed back. Tell the stories, homie, we can't even speak about. Take a look around, I think I see the tweakers out. On a mirror block, catch me up on W. At the dead end, anybody follow you? On a mirror block, catch me up on W. At the dead end, anybody follow you? Been here day one, my whole family. I remember IGA before dispensaries. Real old school shit, 2-minute marks. 2 laundromats back before the village park. I pull up at the S-Mark. We set up for meet me in the park. It's going down real big.
That's right. I want Bruce to go ahead and just shine real quick. The essence of Kung Fu, the essence of Matt Cavinta is actually Kung Fu and karate, man. That's been my staple for the last, I don't know, started at 5. It was my discipline. It was my church. It's my Bible. As well as hip hop. Do you remember when we all, I think I just put a cigarette in my pocket, actually.
A lit cigarette?
Burning. Just kidding. Check it out. You're back with us, DedBeatz. I got to get my camera. Where are you at there? Oh, next to Wu-Tang. Hello. That's right. My name is Matt Cavinta. I'm here with Tom Murfeld, better known as Wise Guy 360. Ian Flamberes, better known in the hip hop world as Issei. How do you break down the Issei again? I know it's basically, is it half white, half Japanese, or it's a young Japanese man? What is
Issei.
it? I know you spell it wrong.
Yeah, Issei, Issei means first generation in Japanese. I'm a first generation in my family to be born in America, you know, but I spelled it wrong a long time ago. And by the time I realized that shit, I spelled it Iissei. I just started telling people that 2 eyes got my front, third eye got my back, because I thought that was some cool sounding shit. But it's spelled a little differently.
Yeah, no, that sounds cool. It really sounds cool. I'm glad that you spell your name wrong. You know, I typically give this guy a hard time, but I got to say, last week, my brothers really came through in a pinch, and they held it down, and my man was both of y'all real solid. So big ups to both of you and Mandela. Man, bless, bro. Nothing but good things I wish for you and great success. So it sounds like he's doing really good things. 268 is the elevation of Snoqualmie. So just let y'all know what that is. I'm not giving any plugs to the casino because, you know. But at any rate, this is actually the way that I got this show going. And I say I, but it's we, because I was the cheerleader for a long time, I feel like. It's kind of funny. It's like this is what I tell the youth, all right? I don't have much education, but I went back to school 2008, and I'm blessed to be able to do so. No thanks to my beautiful partner. Well, she gave me the opportunity to do so. And I went back to get a nursing degree. And along the journey, doors just opened up. And, I mean, this is not about me personally. I think this applies to anybody out there. Can you guys hear me okay? Sound all right? Yeah. But, you know, doors opened up. I never did a day of nursing. I ended up becoming a director of a program right off the street. I've been a carpenter contractor my whole life. But the reason why I tell this story is because it pertains to music and hip hop. See, we grew up with hip hop, right? You know, hip hop started in the 70s. They were like a rebel without a cause. Everybody was scared of it. It was big danger, just like rock and roll. But we put our ear to the ground and we listened. And just like life now, to bring it back to 360, huh, wise guy, you know, MCing for a lot of years, and then it's kind of developed into something else, more of an educational piece and an opportunity really to showcase hip-hop's origin, people out there that have been forming with us, you know, similar. I don't want to say specifically. Really, it started off as hip hop over 40. And there was a big connotation about hip hop. And I'm going to pass it off to Ian here because when I went to Reno and we started talking, we went there for a 9-day retreat. This child went with his mom. And I said, I'm coming out there to write, bro, because my man followed us for years, I hate to say. And I'll get into the beginning of me and T a little bit. But I want to hear what Ian has, as I would call it, Issei. Ian. It's a nice name. You know, he always wanted to rap. Me and T had a group since we were 12, 13 years old. And it's not to be rude, because my man has definitely rose to the forefront, you know. He was never a guy to stick around if he wasn't wanted, which he always wanted. But, you know, he wasn't as outgoing as he is now. And he would listen. And he would research, and he would go home if he didn't feel like, you know, that he was supposed to be there, or because he always wanted to rap and rhyme, but he really didn't have the skills. He felt like, so he'd go home, he listened, he dug the crates, and he purchased all the music, you know, Eric B, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Heavy D, KRS-One, Fat Boys, Run DMC, Curtis Blow. I mean, African Bambaataa, the list goes on, you know. And he gets to college and becomes like this amazing lyrical genius. And I keep saying lyrical genius because my man can write a rhyme. And after he's done, he's got it fully memorized, ready to go. And his cadence is off the hook. So we got to talking, and I said, listen, man, I feel like we're losing our identity in hip hop. It's all this mumble rap and, you know, big ups. There's a lot of good talent out there and shit. They making money. But is that what the music's all about? Because to me, I cry a little bit sometimes when I hear good music. I get chills. Like, you know, and everything applies to hip hop because all the music is sampled. There's a song by Stevie Wonder that I never learned. Man, that thing gets me, bro. But at any rate, we were talking, and my man Issei was like, you know what, man? Hip hop has not lost its identity because it's going to keep rocking until it's 67 years old, like the Grateful Dead. Anyways, go ahead. Why don't you tell them what we were talking about, man? Fill them in.
Yeah, that trip was something else, man. I tell you, I connected with you for I haven't talked to you for years. I mean, like a decade. And then in April, I connected back with you, and it was crazy because I talked to you one time. And the next time I talked to you, we were already planning a trip for you to come out and kick it for 9 fucking days, man. You came out here. And you've laid all your shit on the fucking table. You started talking to me about the podcast you were doing with the hip hop and burger talk and all of that. We started talking about music. You wanted me to write. I haven't written anything since 2008 or 9. I mean, it's been that long since I've written anything. And I was like, fuck, all right, I'll start writing. And so we started talking, man. And you know, we realized, I mean, for me personally, I stopped listening to a lot of hip hop, you know, over the years. And I kind of felt like I was outgrowing this shit, you know, like I was getting too old for this. And when you came down, you kind of made me realize that, you know, it ain't that we're too old for this shit, man. We've just grown up with it. Hip hop has grown up with us. You know, it's not a young man's game anymore. And when we was growing up in the early 90s, shit, it was 20 years old. I mean, it was taboo. It was associated with gangs and strictly African American culture, nothing else. It was West Coast, it was East Coast, and that's it, you know, for the most part. I mean, it was completely different back then. And we wanted to do something for people that are our age, you know, 40 years old, kind of get a perspective of cats that are still doing this stuff, still loving music. And gotta be honest with you, MC, I appreciate you coming down, man, because you're the one that got me writing again. And my writing lately has just been right back where I wanted it to be. Just took a while to get there.
Hey, man, and I appreciate you. And you're an inspiration to me as well. You know, I don't say it enough because I give you a hard time. And, you know, you're kind of a dumb son of a bitch sometimes. But, I mean, listen, I'm not here to tear you down. I think I'm here for positivity.
It's all right. You kind of an asshole too, man. I don't really like you too much, but you know, it's all good, man.
I know. I mean, besides the fact
that, man, I used to watch you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, besides
watch
you pay attention to most of it. He's like, oh yeah. Listen, I love you. I do love you, man. You're amazing, and you're a great father too. So big ups to you, my man. Single father out here, raising his daughter. Life is a lot different than when we grew up, wasn't it, my brother? Things are changing. And I love that kid. So big ups. Big ups to Lee. Yo, so the other guy on the left of me here, and you can take it however you want, the black guy. You know, it's funny. I told you the origin how T and I met. But our journey continued till we were probably about 15, 16. And here we are now. We met, and then we dove into the music like head first. And that's it. We were writing rhymes. He had, at the time, before the extra and the extra and the extra Read All About It kids came out. Because how many sisters you got, bro? How many sisters you got, T?
I got 4.
He said,
yeah, 4 brothers.
Damn, bro. 4.
There's a total of 6 of us.
I forgot. Big ups to Marilyn. I love you, girl. That woman, open arms to anybody to come through the house that she likes. But, she's always been a sweetheart to me. And we took our journey on through music, and we used to rap at his sister's parties. And what was the beat that we rapped to was our favorite at that time?
Rob Bass and DJ Easy.
It's A2 to make the thing go right.
Yep.
Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. Do you remember the rhyme?
No.
I remember I bop to the east and I bop to the west. I love hip hop because I do it the best. Something like that. But yeah, so we kept rhyming and rhyming. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, it was one of our favorites, man. And see, we didn't have a lot of cheese to go out. To y'all kids that are listening, this is hip hop over 40 because later I'm about to break out a cassette player. All right. But we didn't have the easily access to the beats and the music that y'all have right now, like just get to the tip of the finger, get on SoundCloud, get on Spotify. I mean, no plug to any of these cats. But yo, T, wake the fuck up.
Yo, so I mean,
but at any rate, man, we would just go dig and we would grab the hottest singles out there at Sam Goody. It was a spot where you had to buy music, and we didn't have money for the whole album, so we would play them goddamn instrumentals out. And then our journey moved to the Marshall Center, where we met a variety of people in the community, which actually gave us open access to know everybody that went to every school. But our journey didn't stop there, because actually this community center was open and available to kids under 18 every Friday night. So you had skills to pay the dancing bills. You were out there doing the kid play. You were break dancing, jumping, doing the splits on the ground. You had your routine. Oh, man. J Dip, you better wake the fuck up too, man. You're out there watching this shit. But it was Tom Murphy. I'm sorry, right here. I keep getting my finger. Tom Murfeld and Matt Caventa, and we were the dancing crew. TM, MC, and the place to be. And then we met this guy over here. Crooked ass dancing. Him and Justin Evans, they had a dance crew, and me and T used to work their ass all the time. But anyways, they really tried.
Y'all all right, man.
I love you, man. But he always doubts. So, not a good dancer, man. You're a great dancer for the time you were. He had all the crowd and all the little swivel and Michael Jackson. But we met the DJ through his mom's connection, and the DJ actually liked Tom and I, and we did like a 2-year journey of us rocking at every middle school. We were like a showcase, DJ for hire.
Yep.
I remember seeing that shirt on you when I ran into you at Safeway on Mill Plain.
You were mad as fuck, huh?
It was dope as fuck.
I was like, yo, man. He was like, yo, what up, man? I was like, what's up with that shirt, man? He's like, oh, I DJ you. You need a DJ? I was like, no, man. I just knew what the shirt was.
They paid us $50 a night to go DJ, to go help load in the equipment, and then we would play music. We would DJ while the main DJ, Pat, would do crowd interaction stuff, get the crowd involved, and then at the end of the night, he would let us rock one like freestyle for one instrumental. And
you guys do this every week? Because I don't even know this.
We did all the school dances, so it was almost every week because there was school dances. We did all of Vancouver School District, all of Evergreen School District. So we went to Pacific, Shumway, Covington,
Hudson, yeah,
no, not Hudson's Bay,
Shumway,
River, or no, Shumway.
There you go, downtown. Remember we went to Hazeldale too.
Jason Lee.
Jason Lee, that's right.
And what was that other? And then we went to Alki. When they first opened Alki.
That's right. Woo!
And we walked in, and it felt like we were in a junior college because that school was brand new.
Yo, what grade were y'all in? Was it 8th grade or 9th grade?
Eighth and ninth grade.
Okay.
It was dope. I mean, we when I said we met everybody, and man, you know, I wasn't really a ladies' man, but T over there, boy. Every time he touched down, there was 2 or 3 of them guys.
I had that. My grandfather had bought me a Seiko Receptor watch, and back then, Seiko came out with this watch, and it was a pager. So I had this pager watch joint, and I was giving out my phone number,
just blazing all night. What's up?
And then we got when we hit high school, we just kind of
dissolved.
Yeah, he continued to DJ, but he didn't DJ as much. The owner of the company didn't, and it just didn't feel right going to the middle schools to DJ.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that about you. I didn't even know y'all at that time, man. I remember when I met y'all, it was Personalities. And we brought y'all in to help me and Justin at Personalities because we was over there flipping CDs and shit every fucking night, on the weekends. Friday and Saturday night, I'd be out there for the whole weekend just playing CDs.
Playing pool, and stealing stick. Real quick, station identification. This is The DedBeatz, ThaDedBeatz. Can we throw that on the screen too up there here eventually? That's right. At youtube.com, ThaDedBeatz. That's right. Live viewers. Hello, y'all. Thank you for coming out. Yeah, man. So station identification, you can peep us on pretty much all platforms here after the 2nd of March. Pretty exciting stuff. Also, I want to do a headless plug for Hip Hop and Burger Talk. Will be on all platforms here after the 2nd as well. You want to check it out as MC and Bigsby, Bigbsy, Bigsby, Bigbsy, Bigsby. That's right, at Hip Hop and Burger Talk. But don't forget about the DedBeatz because boy, we're something sweet. So, and you know what's hard about being an MC at this age? People look at you funny. They're like, come on, man, you're an MC, bro. You're hip hop. You're 40-something years old, and I'm like, yo, man, you better talk to wise guy, motherfucker. Go ahead, G.
So yeah, there was a meme and stuff going around the internet for a while, and it said, you're still trying to be a rapper at 40. Maybe you should, look into jazz or something like that. And my whole philosophy on the situation is that, I'm not making hip hop for young people. If the younger generation likes what I'm making, that's great. But how would I look at 40 years old trying to make music for I don't understand them. Like, my kids, I love them to death, but as far as what they like and as far as music and stuff, I really don't understand it. They listen to my music, they love my music, but I'm not going to go out and try to make music for the younger crowd. How would I look running around in skinny jeans with auto-tune and gray hair?
Might look cute, actually. But
I make music for people our age that still listen to hip hop.
Right.
And that's
what's our music?
It would be weird if Who's gonna make music for people 40 that listen to hip hop? Because why should we have to stop listening to hip hop just because we've gotten older? People who grew up listening to rock still listen to rock.
Yeah. I heard a show called Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. Yeah, I remember that show.
Oh, yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. I wonder who does the soundtrack for that. Do you think it's DaBaby?
No.
Do you think it's a little sad, little mad? Because Lil Dicky, I get big ups to Lil Dicky, but
it was
man, that's
Oh,
Rakim. That's Rakim.
Yeah.
Man, what is it?
Yeah, that show has all of the titles. All of the shows are named after albums, And I feel you on that, Tom, because I felt like I used to listen to cats, like Czarface. I listen to Dex new stuff, the Roots, and I still listen to a lot of these people's stuff. But I used to think of them as just older MCs that are putting out music, And then I realized, I was like, you know what? These motherfuckers are still putting out fire. A lot of the people that we love are still putting out great fucking music. It's tailored for us, for our age, And that's the shit that made me be like, shit, man, I got to get out there and start writing again,
Yeah.
Well, and that's the truth, because we ain't dead. And the thing is, I don't think a lot of the younger generation even know who and what our music is. They just know rap. I love the music. Put on some sticky jeans and put on a necklace that's fucking 4 times too small.
Well, there's
Who wears
a big
cake
difference
collars
between
out there?
our music versus.
Sorry, go ahead. There is. Go ahead. Tell us
No,
all
I'm just
about
gonna
it.
say, like not talking about the styles or who's great or who's not great, but there's one big difference between the music that we grew up with versus where it is now. Hip hop is a staple in culture, in mainstream media, and it's all over the place. It's accepted just as much as rock and roll, techno, any kind of music or culture that's out there. When we were growing up, that shit was completely different, man. I mean, it was taboo. It was people put it all in a box. It was gang related, regardless of what you're listening
Devil's
to.
music.
You listen to that rap crap.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and that's rap. That's 90s rap. That really was, a lot of folks don't even know. They see these riots and these protests right now, and that's what gets me. Because we're just recycling this stuff. You think music is bad now, or the streets are bad now with the racism, systemic racism? This shit just never stopped. Back in the 90s, just if you wore Dickies and you had a hat that was creased and pants that were creased with the shirt to match, you might get slammed and frisked. Me and T constantly would get fucked with by the cops, man. Just by the way that we dressed, and it was based on the music. Motherfuckers shot.
They put us on a gang list in middle school, from jump. They put us all on a gang list at Pacific, and they titled it the Brown Posse. They were like, "This is the Brown Posse," and it was all a bunch of brown kids.
Okay.
Wore Dickies and listened to hip hop.
Looking at the mess. Sure was. Yeah. Sorry about that. I had an angel appear in front of me, and I was just trying to figure out which direction it was flying.
Yo, check this, man. I remember when we were getting ready to put out a Paradigm album, we wrote this. We wanted to do this song called "This World," and it was basically about how you grew up, And my verse on that song was specifically tailored to Vancouver, and it was fire and it was anger, and the way that I wrote that shit was it was very personal to me, but it was a lot of same things that you guys are talking about, like how people used to look at you in certain ways and how hip hop was looked at in certain ways. But that was passionate verses that I wrote.
I'd like to hear that verse, and I think we're going to take a quick break here in just a little bit. And we want to hear a little bit. We're going to be playing a majority of our music tonight. So I'm not sure what my man Maestro over here has got queued up, but we're going to take a little bit extra long breaks tonight because I think that it's important for you guys to know where we come from and what we're doing.
Next, I think we're gonna play some we're gonna play a couple songs from Issei.
Who? Wait, who's Issei again?
Ian Flynn.
That's right. Peep the record out there. Station identification. Check it out. THADEDBEATZ. DedBeatz at YouTube.com, and Facebook, Instagram, on all platforms here soon. So check it out. Matt Kavita MC in the place to be here with Issei and Tom Murfeld. Wise got 360. All right, y'all. Stay up. Oh, no, you didn't.
Not until I found the truth. Half of them is underground because they haven't paid dues. And once they pay their dues, they go looking for the check. And that's about the time I take them out to take that. I used to love them, but now I think that they was type of I was mistaken. It was all about the cream. Regardless of the fact that they had none in the past doesn't change the aftermath. And the reason for the trees and always being there, believing it didn't surface with the purpose of being birthed.
Deadbeatz every Saturday night. He's in the place to be. Time. Wise got 360.
It spies on a track. Now that's whack, regardless of the way you paint the picture. Religion just because you read the scripture. But to the real, don't even care about the cream. If it comes, let it come, and if it don't, let it be. I really like the time to try to focus on the hate and discuss the right and wrongs of other people's mistakes. On my mind, like trying to turn heads, change the public image of how to view a culture instead. And I'm not even going to do that unless I hit the charts. But the charts don't play a part unless I start to make the art. So let me speak about it. I'm not for or against the green. I just don't think about it.
I walk a thin line, somewhere in between the middle of the scene, if you know what I mean. Too nice for underground, too real for pop 40. You better think twice on what you're supporting. I walk a thin line, somewhere in between the middle of the scene, if you know what I mean. Too nice for underground, too real for pop 40. You better think twice on what you're supporting.
And I used to also be down with the popular sound. From cities to small towns, top 40 to underground, there was no distinction, no separation of the facts. It was white or black. You either could rap or sounded whack. And I never gave a fuck about the topic of tracks. From platinum plaster popping caps as long as it's fat. Then I was down to listen and bob my head to the beat. Battle, rat, scratch, pop, lock, and break to the beat. But then the shape shifted from artistic designs to the construction of a song specific for dollar signs. I stopped believing in the rhymes of people I idolized, cause the reason for creation was treason, I realized. And what's wrong with the beats that be coming out now? It ain't 88, lose the 808 and Casio sound. And half of y'all can't even come up with a track on your own. You sample everything from rock and roll to cellular tones, and them topics is old. It's all the same, it's so funny. Either all about the bitches, all about the money.
I walk a thin line, somewhere in between the middle of the scene, if you know what I mean. Too nice for underground, too real for pop 40. You better think twice on what you're supporting. I walk a thin line, somewhere in between the middle of the scene, if you know what I mean. Too nice for underground, too real for pop 40. You better think twice on what you're supporting. So what you really wanna do? I walk a thin line, somewhere in between.
The process of my progress is stressful. I wasn't born blessed, but never settled for less than the best of what I offer the rest of them. I never quit, I never gave up or gave in. I used to write about what I got excited about, taking 40s down and passing the weed around. And then I see the frowns on the face of the those who started listening and started dissing all of my flows. They thought I was whack. I thought that I was tighter than that, at least tight enough for them to laugh or give me some dap, but not even that. They wasn't even listening in. I finished ripping and they didn't even mention the writ. Incomprehensible the way that I was feeling at time. Nobody noticed in the moment that I'm killing them right, but I was still in the mind state to follow my faith and destiny to mentally extend a pen until they mentioned me. Eventually I got better with my creation, a fly demonstration, the center of the conversation. Around the sound I found a rocket town and hold it down. The one that used to clown fears the crown with local underground. It was incredible, I mean considered incredibly legible. MCs mentally were plentifully edible. The way that I was feeling when I first started feeling the feeling of catching a feeling and feeling a feeling of fulfillment to feel the way that I did. All of a sudden catching loving for the way that I spit. I never forget the first time I really started rocking it. Crowd jaw dropping it and caught a compliment. The process of my progress was stressful. I wasn't born blessed. Less than the best of what I offer the rest of them. I never quit, I never gave up or gave in. And now it's kinda like I'm at the point of my life where I can explode every time I'm holding a mic. I'm old enough to write the verse that I was too immature to write earlier in life with experience right in front of my eyes. I'm busting rhymes and moving the crowd, usually searching for the purpose, heard of the sound. But now that I'm at the place that I was trying to fit in, you probably think the journey's turned to a completed mission. But honestly, the traveling, the baffling, and stifling, and babbling is still happening because I'm fighting in the belly of the beast to master my potential, to strike an instrumental with the fury of a sentinel. Cause sentimentally, I still struggle with defeat. There's trouble when you try to juggle heat with defeat. Cause honestly, the worst times of my life ironically happen every single time that I write. I fight the battle myself, and every time that I lose, if I don't beat myself mentally, I'll never improve. And I can't even swallow the thought, cause the second I've decided I've arrived is the moment I'm lost. The process of my progress was stressful. I wasn't born blessed, but never settled for less than the best of what I offer the rest of them. I never quit, I never gave up, I gave in. The progress is a process essential. You're less than the best when you test for
right here.
the best is the best to be, cause the best will never. The process of my progress was stressful. I wasn't born blessed, but never settled for less than the best of what I offer the rest of them. I never quit, I never gave up, I gave in. The progress is a process essential. You're less than the best when you test potential, but less than the best is the best to be, cause the best will never be a better MC. Will never be a better MC. Will never be a better MC.
That's beautiful. I had to let that play out a little bit because
I got the vinyl right here.
I was impressed. That's it. There's the album.
Yeah, still covered.
Now, Ian, what was your greatest feat making music? Which album was it? I mean, you did a few of them. You started with we talked about Us, and we're not finished. Tom moved on to become Wise Guy 360 and start Wise Guy Entertainment. Sorry to parlay back to that. Just to close that caption up. And Wise Guy Entertainment is actually encouraged. I don't want to produce, encouraged, because I think that's kind of our place in life. We've encouraged a lot of good talent. And you've had a lot of good talent that you've helped produce.
Yeah.
You gone out and do great things, right?
Yeah. I mean, like everybody that I've worked with, like as far as dudes that were in the team, different, like, I mean, Wise Guy Entertainment started out as Insane Family Records, and that was me and my cousin Macus, and then Tigo came on, and then Russo came on, Metronome, my dude Charlie Blue with Baby Blue Productions. Charlie Blue is a Renaissance man, dude. Makes music with so many cats all over Portland, but that's like one of my brothers. Adonis, one of the coldest dancers. Dude can dance, he can sing, but he's got his own style. Like you see this cat, and everybody's like it's a cross between Chris Brown and Blade. But I love
Chris Brown and who?
And Blade.
Oh, he said Blade. Wow.
He's dudes, but his style, like, it's unique. You know, when you see Adonis, that's Adonis, and you know he's gonna be dancing and pop locking, and he'll come into a show or a party and help it jump off just by getting out there on the dance floor and getting down. So, like, you know, just I've had the pleasure to work with a lot of different dudes and a lot of different crews throughout this journey in hip hop, man.
Fantastic. And that's why it's got 360 now. EC, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to segue, but I feel like, you know, before I jump around, I should close that chapter real quick. As far as just giving them the history, but now Ian, you say you went to Western.
Yeah,
big up to Gene and George and James and Harold for sure. Paradigm, and you started a crew by the name of, now was Homeschool second or was Homeschool first?
No, Homeschool was later on. It was down the line a little bit. Yeah, I started out, me and my man Serge Spittable. First time I ever recorded was on a reel-to-reel in 1997. And we was fucking with this cat named Tab One from Chicago. And we recorded this track. I had it on tape. I loved it. It was great. But after that, I think the big thing that really came up, because at the time, you know, I was always just freestyling. I mean, it was, now anybody can freestyle. It's a normal thing. Back then, it was rare, especially, you know, like, and Tom, I remember listening to you freestyle. When I heard you and Matt do this shit, I was amazed. I was like, I got to do this shit. I don't care if I suck at it. I got to do this shit. But you know how it was back then, man. I mean, when you freestyling in like 1995 or 1996, especially when you're not African American, man, people looked at that shit like it was completely different. You know? And that's how it was in Western, you know? Doing that shit, man. I mean, it was a completely different time, man. We made a name for ourselves, and my boy Dathan, LAD, wanted to bring up the Far Side and Souls of Mischief and like 20 fucking crews to Western for this big ass festival. And I was like, yo, man, you got to let me do a song. He was like, all right, man. So I grabbed my boy Harold, my boy Smoke, and we called our group Three Way. And it was supposed to be like 3 different types of hip hop. You know, Harold had kind of this Southern flow, Smoke was real West Coast, and people would say that I had more of an East Coast type of flow. And we put together this one song, and we performed in front of 3,500 people at this fucking festival. And I ran out of fucking voice like 3 bars in. I was done. It was crazy. We had matching outfits and shit. It was crazy, man. We were so excited for that one fucking show, man, on one song, man. And you did. After that, we started working on the album, you know, the Paradigm album, and then we hooked up with Homeschool, and that's when we found a real good producer in Middleman, and he did the Paradigm album for us. We had some whack beats before we met Middle, and he really changed shit up with the production on that Paradigm album. And you asked me which one I really enjoyed making more. It's kind of tough, man, because I mean the Paradigm album was, you know, it came out at a time where everything was about, you know, metaphors and battle raps. I mean, just about everything on that album, aside from a couple of songs, was all battle rap. Trying to spit as much fire as possible, you know. The Issei album was more conceptual. You know, it came out during the time when emo rap was starting to get real big. And, you know, it didn't hit as much as the Paradigm album did, but I put a lot of heart into that fucking album. You know, there's like verses I love on there, you know. What's up?
Yes, you did. I know you put a lot. Sorry, I'm moving around here. I just we had a little technical difficulty, but yeah, man, there was a lot of battle rap, and I remember fighting a lot of your fights.
Yeah.
Regarding that battle rap, it was like constantly, because back in the day, it seemed like anywhere you went, any party, I should say, but really anywhere you went. See, hip hop is just not music. Okay, it's a lifestyle. It's a feeling. It's the way you put your shoes on and walk down the street. The way you eat breakfast is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? The way you take a piss is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? The way you sit down is hip hop. Whether it's rap or hip hop, man, is all came from hip hop. But it was like every time you would go to a party, no matter how bright the people are, how white the people are, let's just say that. No matter what there's always 1 or 2 MCs in the back. And they're ready to go. So, you know, you want to party like, what's up? Come in.
Yeah, they had to fight my ass, and they were, you know, loving my shit, you know. Same with you.
And then all of a sudden, bam, it just like. So you like to freestyle rap, huh? And then you would just go at it. But see, the funny thing about music back then is you clown a motherfucker. If you're good, that's real battle rapping. And the one that can't come back, he usually tries to get physical. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Tito's, Tom, man, we're always battling.
I used to fight cats battling that weren't even rappers. Like people would find out that I rapped, and you get that one drunk dude at the party that he don't rap, but when he gets drunk, he does.
I feel it when I get drunk, dog.
You think they're high.
and he'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go first, and he'd spit some booty, and then realize that he's going up against actual MC, and halfway through what you're spitting, he's trying to swing on you.
Trying to swing on her brother, man. Isn't that not bananas? I remember multiple. Remember we were at what was that community center there, T? Well, there was a stage full of them, and it was Bagley Center, and T and I. It's like it wasn't very far, but it was out of our like area, and we went there, and there must have been fucking 30 MCs, and I ain't saying we shit or whatever, but we were the shit. We fucking slammed these dudes, right? Just bodied them. We had a couple rhymes that we did together, right? And motherfuckers were mad. Like, what's up, dog? What's up, dog? They're like, yeah, West Side 92, got you, boo. Look at my rag, it's black, you know. And we were like, man, stop with all the message, sitting and detesting. Pay attention, motherfucker, because we teaching a lesson. And they were like, man, fuck you, dog. I think that's probably one of the times that we were a little nervous that we were going to get out of that place.
Yeah, there was
a lot of fools there.
They were so mad that when I came back, they fucking decided that when I came back the next time, they decided that they were gonna talk to the fucking DJ and steal my beat. Like I was planning on going on to a certain beat, and next thing you know, the guy before me is rocking to that beat. And it wasn't like they had the beat. I brought the
you brought the beat.
I brought the beat.
Motherfucking fakers.
Man, I used to be so envious of y'all, man, when I used to hear y'all freestyle, man. And my freshman year, when I finished my freshman year of college, I came back. It was me and Devin Gallegos and Brian Trenda. We would hang out a lot, smoke a lot of weed. And that was the first time I started freestyling. That was the first time I started just going at it, you know. Yeah, and it
was amazing, y'all. I'm sorry to interject, Ian. Amazing. This dude dropping 16s on them, just dropping them on their head, like dropping these motherfuckers on their head like a little boy, like a little newborn baby with that little soft spot. You know what I'm saying? He walk in and like, oh, you got rhymes? Okay, haha. You just hit shit. And like, man, come. Yo, I'm sorry. I mean, steal your thunder. I just said
man, when I started hitting that herb, and I'd sit there with Devin and Brian. There was so many fucking nights we'd be just going, and it just got me to the point where I was like, you know what? I don't care if I sound like a fucking dork or not. I'm just gonna do this shit louder and get more verbal and vocal than anybody else. And that's I just stopped caring about sounding like other people. I just kind of sounded like myself, and that's when things started to really, take off.
Man, did they ever take off? Man, you gotta tell me a little bit. Enlighten me. What is your favorite lyric? And you too, T, of yours.
Of mine?
I want you to think of it. It doesn't have to be 16, don't have to be 32, don't have to be 4. It just maybe 4. Like, what is your best in your own because it's like being a musician is hard. We think our shit's played out because we record it, we listen to it thousands. And some people, I never listen to my music. You're full of shit. I know you critique it. Me and just the lyric process, it's like I'll tell you one of my favorites. I guess for me, let me see here. What's the use of knowledge if you ain't using it? You live a whole life disrespect, keep confusing it. Wash away all the tears in front of your face because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. I think that's my favorite. So I think I've hit that dumb button. Oh, double Ian. Look at that.
All right. Man, fuck ups, but I'm good now.
When I said drop it, let's hear a lyric. Go ahead, brother. Hit me.
Oh, you want to hear that?
A lot.
What you want to hear? You want to hear that shit I wrote about Vancouver?
I do. Go back. Man, I like the other screen. I can say it right there. Yeah. I want you to drop something. Come on. Quit bullshit.
All right, man. So, we're about to go to break. We're talking about some old shit, man. So when we wrote this song, This World, I wrote this verse, and my crew loved it at the time. It was All about Vancouver. It was like this. I spent a good part of my life in a city without a culture. Hip hop was slowly dying in a desert full of vultures. Still, I had to watch my back and keep watching my posterior, because all their worst words was getting in my interior, making me feel inferior, saying you want to be G, when all I really came to see was A's and B's. So you're wrong alphabetically and grammatically, but pathetically, it was bringing me down like gravity. I thought it had to be that my style just wasn't hitting, so I started bullshitting with some pants that was fitting, straight faking, but no more physical getting neglected. And it's been a long time since my vibe's been accepted. Shit is hectic, because I was like, yo, fucking education. I'd rather get some ass and study some penetration, create some perspiration by bed shaking, and go bragging to my boys while we burning up urban drinking. But then I started realizing my mental slowly sliding into depression that I'm battling but not surviving. So I gaze my odds in the clouds and see the clarity. Popularity through personal disparity, that shit ain't fair to me. There's no reason that I should change what I'm liking and not believing, because I'm scared of my inner demons. I need to be fighting back by using rap as motivation. Take them fitted pants off that was cutting off circulation. But without the imitation, my boys seem to be ducking me. And none of these ladies was even trying to be fucking me. And truthfully, most of them bitches, I used to miss them, but now it doesn't matter because I'm fucking the system. That shit was like 19.
Wow.
That was all Vancouver shit.
Hey, Tom, let's do the one thing. Hey,
my boy Exile was like, damn, you were 80
Oh, man. That's good. I was so excited you hit me in the eye.
I wrote that shit in like 10 minutes.
Well, now I gotta drop something. So it's got to be more than just one little 4/4. Go ahead, Tom. Let me hear it.
All right, so my favorite one. I mean, it's actually not even released. I've only performed it live. It was a verse that I wrote for this track. It was one of Tigo's tracks, and it was on this real funky funky beat with I think it was a flashlight sample from Parliament Funkadelic. And it goes, this right here gonna knock. You can feel the beat when I'm coming down the block. Foot in the gas, I'm gonna pitch this bitch sideways. I can burn rubber figure eight on a Friday. Respected in the hood everywhere I go. See, I can't even remember it. It's been so long since I've even heard that shit.
Oh boy, you getting us bopping. We were like bumping in the thing. Yeah,
it's it was one of those ones that we never. It was for Tigo's album, and it got done. We were working on getting the rights and everything for the beat because it was off of a YouTube beat, and we just never released it.
Man, what songs? What does that remind me? Hubbing in the. You know what? One track I really like, and I've watched a few times, is that you getting that Tekashi.
Yeah.
5, 6, 9. Everybody should. Oh.
Yeah, that was on like humbug shit, man. Everybody was doing these Tekashi 6ix9ine remixes, and so I was like, fuck it. You know, I don't like to do industry remixes because what's the point of writing bars and putting them on a beat that you don't own?
Because you got that track on hand? I want to hear it.
I think
I want to hear it right now. Fuck it.
Yo, the filthiest thing about that track was the fact that he caught Tekashi's style at the beginning of that shit.
Yeah,
and just it. That shit. He wasn't just dissing. He just, man, that was hot.
Let me see.
All right, let's be real. You bodied him.
All right, I found it.
And we ain't even talking gangster shit. We're just saying, motherfucker, you whack, but you know what? You got money.
All right, so you want to play that shit?
Go ahead, please. Tell them what the name of the track is.
It's Gummo diss, man. It's a diss on.
You want to come out here?
On Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Wise guy ENT, raised by wolves. Fuck 6ix9ine. I'm about to shit on this Gummo beat. These niggas pussyfooting always on that fag shit. I'm always ripping mics and spitting all that mad shit. I got the gift of bars, yeah, I got that Zan gift. I work in 9 to 5 and still got time to thrash it. Nigga, fuck your face tats, I'll beat you with my backpack. You can call me Wolfgang, you can get that clap back. These pussy niggas slow, bruh, looking like some hoes, bruh. Fooly with a toolie, yeah, these niggas gotta go, bruh. Co-signing, bruh, you don't know where I'm from. These This ain't official with a whistle or a gun. I'm breaking down the matrix, bitch, you better face it. Using MC Gusto time to get it, fuck that fake shit. Nigga fucking
I'll be right back. Check it out. The DedBeatz.
Nigga, I'm a go.
YouTube.com. Play that.
Fuck these fucking pussy niggas, I'm about to blow off.
So yeah, we're gonna go to break, and I'm gonna play a little something from MC.
All right, let's hear it.
So that you be told, said you can't free your mind until you free your soul. And you ain't never gonna learn until you learn control. You know. TV dissensions is trusted through muddy waters, overcoming obstacles and trying to be supportive of our son and daughter. And impeded by judges' orders, mandatory jail time and the label with every father never. Trying she got me locked in the zone. Of pursuit, nothing makes it says enough on the song. I travel the world in my mind a million times to gather information and make it to mine. You know what this is a choice we make, sort of shit's in the dictate, the path that we take. Overcoming obstacles and the trials, tribulation, knowledge is the truth, so let the truth be told. Said you can't free your mind until you free your soul. You ain't never gonna learn until you learn control. You ain't never gonna learn until you learn control. Knowledge is the truth, so let the truth be told. You can't free your mind until you free your soul. You ain't never gonna learn until you learn control. Yo, marrying white women before you green card. No misconception of the life you live in hard. And yo, too many times you have to fight it where you dance in your life or you work in yours. And out. Storms, slaves, or people afraid. It's all the season on the track that I think about every day. And yo, I lived and I died, but then I died and I lived. Now that for Jesus Christ.
Kill it. That's it. Man, forget about that, man. Who's that guy? Marrying white women just for your green card. No misconception of the life I'm living hard. Too many times I sacrificed for my life, from my hands and my white. Well, I work in the yard. Songs of slaves, my people are brave. There's all decisions on the track that I think about every day. And your decision that may be hard for you, maybe hard for me. Man, that's one of my favorite. You know that knowledge.
I never heard that. That shit was hot, man.
You like that, man?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that before. Like the actual recorded version, just your lyrics, you know.
Thanks, man. I learned about watching you. No, I appreciate that, man. You know, it's funny because I had a crew by the name of let me tell y'all a quick little story. So y'all had your crews. So me, I'm like this I was saying something stupid. I'm like this guiding light, you know. Not really. But, you know, I figured out later that, you know, maybe my purpose is to encounter talent, okay, and then work through the motions with folks. And essentially, they move on, you know. And there was a lot of frustration behind that for a lot of years because I didn't understand my role, right? And then it was time for me to take back and do mine. And I had a crew by the name of, well, big ups to Iso Suzuki. That was one of my, it was my roommate, this Japanese kid. I just connected with hip hop for a lot of years. Yeah, I met this cat through another guy, and we smoked trees together, me and this other guy. And then I met this Japanese dude, and we didn't even know how to talk to each other. Just, at any rate, he ended up being my roommate. How did that work out? And I didn't understand a word that motherfucker said for like 3 years. But we connected, and he went and got turntables, and we were scratching and mixing, and he was like, oh, freestyle rap. And boy, we would just get it in. And he had to work at it. But it was time of Planet Asia and the Word of Mouth tour and shit. It was pretty hot. But then a transition, I met one guy and met another guy, put together 5 guys. I don't know how I did. The DedBeatz. We are the DedBeatz, but originally it was my hip hop crew, rapping and rhyming. We had one DJ, one beat maker, 2 MCs, and then Mac Nasty was an MC too. Very talented cat. He is very talented. But we never recorded one album. This is actually a funny story. the whole story, because at the end of every story is we never recorded an album.
I remember
Amazing. How you gonna have all this equipment and have a fucking studio in your house? And I'm sorry, I'm not upset. I'm just shocked. I'm pissed. Anyways, DedBeatz came about, and we traveled quite a bit. We did the West Coast run. Just became a financial thing, but we made some good music, and then we branched off. One of the MCs, big ups to Big Daddy T, DJ Lovin', big ups to you too, and hell, Jay Mez, big ups to you, kid. Me and Big Daddy T, we went on and we formed a crew by the name of Trouble Men. We on a feed again. We grab mics and plug them in and begin to trouble men. And we were like, fuck this shit. We are recording something. So we had a show. We needed to pass them out. We went last minute to a church studio and paid $100. And that fucking deacon, pastor, whatever, what he had no idea what the hell we were doing. He was like, okay. Trouble Men still continued for a lot of years, and then moved to Seattle. And I was hanging out with all these jazz musicians. I dug deep into the jazz thing as my guys are over here falling asleep. And I met a guy by the name of Travis Islop from a crew by the name of Below Average. Issei hooked me up with him, actually. Ian did. And I was trying to go to school, and I hooked up with him. Instead of going to school, I paid this kid like, $30 and some draw a week to put my computers together because I was going to DeVry. Would you believe I didn't learn shit? But at any rate, $30,000 later, thanks, Ian. He was working for DeVry.
That's cool, man. I got him into that shit.
Yeah, he did. God, dude, that's funny. Every time this shit happens, Ian always comes back every 10 years and fucks my life up. But at any rate. Yeah, man. So I was stopping by and I had to that's my guy, though. I love you. I appreciate fucking my life up. Listen, I would stop by there and I said, you know what, man? I'd like to record something. He's like, what do you want to record? And I said, well, check this out. I have an idea. So I called up about 15 musicians that I knew and I had them come in and record one part for 4 songs. They didn't even know what the song was. I didn't even know what the song is. We were just developing. But I get this melody in my head and I'm like, play it. So I did this 4 songs, 15 musicians, piece. Then I put my lyrics over it. And knowledge is the truth, so that the truth be told. It said you can't free your mind until you free your soul, and you ain't never going to learn until you learn control. You ain't never going to learn until you learn control. Me and actually Issei wrote that. Do you remember that?
I do remember that, yeah.
Like, it was just like a nursery rhyme rap, right? It was just something we were just trying to come up with, and I turned it into something. It's so old. Fuck that. Nobody's ever heard it. It was great. Put it together, 4 songs, and then put the lyrics over it. And then I sent out a CD 1 month later to everybody, all 15 musicians. I said, meet me at this date. Remember your part. And they're like, okay. They show up a month later. It's to a fucking battle of the bands. Never played with each other again. They're all session players. 13 showed up. And my cousin shows up. Big ups to Frank I. Catch him on Twitch. Pinoy, Seattle. He's got his girlfriend with him, which actually sings in this band called Hit Explosion. And she had her girlfriend that was the other singer. It's like, bet. They're like, what are we doing here? I was like, follow me. Follow me to my fucking S10 pickup that didn't go reverse.
I remember that truck.
Jesus Christ. And we are sitting we're sitting in the driver's passenger seat with the doors open and everybody's listening. And they're like, this is crazy. And I get the girls to say, steady, are you ready? What's going on? Right? Totally right off the cuff. So they're like, okay, we get on the stage. Ready, set, hit it. Disaster. I mean, it was like, I was like, man, you know what? Fuck this. I said, hold on. I said, yo, drummer. I said, guitar here. And we just started rocking that shit. And we did la-di-da-di, la-di-da-di, la-di. You know what? and we rocked the fuck out of that thing. We won that fucking show. There was probably about 1,000 people there. So cut it in half. There's probably 500 or maybe 10. I don't know. But it was an amazing journey. We got to go on the Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then we traveled everywhere from here to some of us all the way to Texas, South by Southwest. And a lot of good shows and no album. So thank you. Great band. I love those guys. Big ups to Space Band. Big ups to Todd Templeton, one of the dopest drummers I ever met in my life. Baron Kim. Big ups. Those are names you haven't heard in a long time, huh, Ian?
Yo, I'm telling you, it's been a while. And the other thing that you don't know about is that when you guys won that shit, I was pissed. And the reason I was pissed is because my crew, Definite Contact, me and my man Serge and Baron and a couple of other cats, we took second in this Red Hook Battle of the Bands to below average. And then you took those motherfuckers and fucking took first place. I was pissed. I was like, God damn it. But I'll tell you, there's nothing like hip hop with a live band in the background, man. That's why funnest time I had is when I was with Homeschool. And we had this huge jazz ensemble, and I'll never forget that shit. It was the funnest time of my life. There's nothing like it when it's done right.
When it's done right. And that's real.
When it's done right.
You know, and the problem with myself, I don't want to say hip hop music, I was having a hard time. I feel like this is about us, right? We're talking about us. It's okay to talk about us. You know, I feel like I'm more of a performer, you know, and
you are.
I could do the dance. We could do it. I could just rap with the music happening, you know, and that's cool. But I feel like I need more instrumentation. I need. Let me tell you a funny story. This is how crazy I am, because I'm never late.
You know, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Twice. We do a show. Big ups to Red Rum, T3 in the place to be. Big Third Andreessen doing big things. He puts together a show at the University of Washington, and we're opening up for Rex Navarrete. You can check him on all social media sites. Rex Navarrete, he's a Filipino comedian. So anyways, there's like 7 or 8 bands playing. Project Live's up there. I mean, we've got conga, we've got DJ, we've got singers, we've got bass, guitar, drums, fucking tambourines, you name it. And all that shit requires a sound check. Okay, we got just a little short sound check. So I'm standing there, and it seems like it just kept dragging. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go smoke a stick. I said, when are we on? He's like, man, you're like 2 bands behind. I'm like, okay. Because it takes time to set up. So anyways, I go out, smoke a cigarette, talking with this gal, and all of a sudden, steady, are you ready? What's going on? And I was like, man, that's these motherfuckers singing my song, right? I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's my crew. Man, I ran so fast. Door was locked.
Performance.
I had to run all the way around the building, this big building in the University of Washington. And when I found my opening, I ran like hell, and I kicked that door open, and I just grabbed the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, and it was like the Temptations. I came right on cue, but they must have did, steady, are you ready? What's going on? Like 13 times. It was dope, though. It was dope. What's up, Ian? What are you talking about?
No, I was just thinking about like the whole Project Live thing and about like you writing and the stuff that you used to do, but your stage presence was great, you know, and your freestyle was off the hook. And you knew what you were doing. It was just, you know, back then I just felt like,
give it to me.
Like I would look at your rhyme, like, you know, the first time I wrote a rhyme I was in 8th grade. My shit was barred out. And that's just the math teacher in me or whatever, but my shit was just barred out. I knew the math behind songs. My shit was ready to go. And I remember I used to look at your lyrics and I'm like, where is the start and where is the end in this? Like where is this, you know? And you could spit it, but, you know, writing was more difficult for you, you know? And I think that now I hear the stuff that you write now, and I think that you understand it and you got it, you know? I think it took a long time, but for years I was always like, yo, MC, man, like, you got to write this in bars, man. Like, you got to think about, you know, the beginning and the ending. Like, what are you trying to say in this before you write it down. You know, what are you trying to get across to these people? Even something as simple as a battle rap has some significance to it, you know, if you're passionate about it, you know, like what you're trying to say to these people, you know. And I think that you do that now.
I started having to I figured it out once I started writing in breaths.
Breaths.
Yeah.
Like breaths. That's basically what you're like, because exactly. I used to when I first started writing, I would write shit and then I would have to figure out how I was going to spit it and breathe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Instead of writing it with that plan in mind. Now my bars are written to where I take my songs are written to where at the end of each bar, or like I write my breaths into what I'm spitting, and that kind of helped me with my structure.
That's pretty smart. See, you got a whole style of your own, but I mean, it's the cadence. And what Ian's getting at is,
it's not something that comes naturally.
I've never been able to write.
Paradigm to writing bars. I taught Harold, you know, Exile, Smoke, and it takes a while if you're not used to doing it. You know, It's a different way of listening to music when you got to like stop, you know, or even if you're in the middle of a word, like stop on that page, come to the next page, you know. But it's necessary, you know.
It is, and that's hard to admit, but. See, what got this podcast going, or the Zoom, this show, forget about all that jazz. What got the DedBeatz show going is I have been, I think I've been mentally, I can rhyme like a mug. I'm a freestyle fanatic. I'm a freestyle artist. And there's a lot of cats out there that rock the same. You know, people just don't know. And then they record songs. And then later I memorize a song eventually, you know, but it always kind of changes. And with this COVID shit, the lockdown specifically, I was moving a couple tubs in my storage, and I knocked over this. One of the tubs was so heavy, and I opened it up. It must have been 35 notebooks of lyrics. And I always had a problem of writing and then forgetting how to spit it. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate for me, you know. But I never told anybody. I just kept it rocking. Like,
different ways.
Absolute different cadence, and I get a little mixed up. So, you should write it like this. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not even me anymore, you know. Because when I rhyme, boy, there's a shine that just embodies me. You know what I'm saying? I feel that glow, and it's like.
Well, I tell you, I know why you used to do that. And we talked about this.
Come on.
The reason why I used to have a difficult time saying the same rhyme over and over is because when you was younger and used to listen to songs, I used to listen to them with you. I remember we was big into Wu-Tang, De La, and Tribe and all them, right? Mm-hmm. I could still spit a lot of those verses, word for word, on point, you know? You always listened, and you was just much more of an appreciator, you know? You never would, I've never heard you like spit a Wu verse, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing, on point, the same way that Ghostface spits it or something, you know, trying to catch their style or their cadence, you know, or spit a huge shit verse, you know, or something like that, trying to catch their cadence. And you was always you were more of an appreciator, you know, you loved all that shit and you listened to everything and you appreciated it. I was listening to it like, it was like, you know, it was like education for me. If I could learn to spit like them, that would help me come out with my own style, you know, and that's what's up now. It's a little different, you know. You got your own style now, and I've heard it, and it's nice. Sounds nice.
It was a little station identification of how much he loves me and thinks I'm nice. That's right. You can catch it Saturday night at THADEDBEATZ at youtube.com, or catch us at THADEDBEATZ at Facebook, Instagram, and then after the 2nd of March, you're going to be able to catch us and play us on any platform you like. Spotify, Pandora, your mama, she's Nora's. What else they got out there? Spotify. Did I say that one? SoundCloud. Listen, we're going to take a quick break for station identification. All right. And we're going to come back. And we're going to wrap this thing up. And I want to start by telling you I love you both. All right. And second of all, it's real in the field. COVID-19 is captivating and keeping a lot of folks home with their loved ones, and there's been a lot of heartbreak and there's been a lot of frustration happening out there all around the world. So I want you guys just to aviate, navigate, figure out where you're going, and communicate. Okay? That's real. Mental health is a big deal right now in life, so I want everybody to stay fully rested, stay hydrated, love your family. Like,
right.
That's it. THADEDBEATZ. We are the DedBeatz. Every Saturday night, 9 p.m. This is the origin of hip hop.
Love y'all.
Oh shit. Peace.
I'ma spit the truth. Why you lying in the booth? Talk about shit that you never do. I'ma spit the truth. Don't give a fuck what they say. They ain't fucking with us, and we definitely not fucking with you. And that's real ass shit, you know, bitch. Yeah, I'm talking to you. What the fuck you wanna do? I just do what I do, and that's real on the break. You ain't fucking with none of my lyrical monster taking shots at the pasta, going harder than the motherfucking dragon of Contra. Eliminate these rappers with the tracks of the conjure. Whole team from the head is undivided and conquer. In a sticky situation, someone plays in the ganja. The standards of the game are really dropping more dollars. 90% of you rappers don't deserve to be gone, bro. Spreading hella lies whenever thrown at a concert. Tired of black ass rappers always talking nonsense. Want to get the smack into the back of my palms hurt. Take a big old shit on top of your conscience. And cursing at your mama, bitch, slapping your father. Oh shit, then he rapping with a wise guy. Really fuck the table, only represents one guy. But I hate us all the shit, I get their faces a high five. Break your mixtape, it might actually sound right. The truth. Why you lying in the booth? Talking about shit that you never do. I'ma spit the truth. Don't give a fuck what they say. They ain't fucking with us, and we definitely not fucking with you. And that's some real ass shit, yo, bitch. Yeah, I'm talking to you. What the fuck you wanna do? I just do what I do, and that's real on the brick. You ain't fucking with none of my
Chin like a razor blade. Run your mouth and run the thing. Something sloppy carbon copy. Didn't think they tell me, man. Old quick spit raw. Quick draw like a McGraw. Push you in the rickshaw over a cliff in Utah. Whole team beastin'. Leaving you pussies leaking. We ain't got a weak link, and you fucking with the precinct. I seen you by the squad car. Finger pointing a mile off. Telling get you time off. How you sleep at night, bro? Shit you ain't cooking. This dope that I'm cooking. Rap crack in the backpack. Leaving you all looking. Hard take a whoopin'. Checkmate. I'm great. Tell me how my dick tastes. I hired you to dictate. Cut like a G2. Bitch, you been misused like a booger on a tissue. Discarded in the flick. Ooh, gas in the glad bag. Microphone murder, madman. $1 million bad game. Stabbing you with my gang.
Why you lying in the booth? Talking about shit that you never do. I'ma spit the truth. Don't give a fuck what they say. They ain't fucking with us, and we definitely not fucking with you. And that's some real ass shit, yo, bitch. Yeah, I'm fucking to you. What the fuck you wanna do? I just do what I do, and that's real on the brick. You ain't fucking with none of my
everybody for the cause till his bullets involved. Real never had a problem that the bullet can't solve. Real prone to your thumb and let the chamber revolve. Real barrel to your belly, watch the bullet dissolve.
I'm saying poet ain't a threat, it's a motherfucking promise. Fucking with my niggas and you fucking with some goblins. On a bot hustler all day, steady mob. Get up, homie, use a buster, you know you don't want them problems.
Oh, he just mad cause his girl is laying missionary.
Okay.
And his homie make the front of the obituary.
Okay.
Trippy told me, don't stay stationary. I don't fuck with you faggots sweeter than pink berry.
Even with a honey margarita by the bucket. Margarita, I ain't fucking with her, I'ma need the money. And that's real, little nigga, that's real. All I do is keep it G, little nigga stay
I'ma spit the truth. Why you lying in the booth? Talking about shit that you never do. I'ma spit the truth. Don't give a fuck what they say. They ain't fucking with us, and we definitely not fucking with you. And that's some real ass shit, little bitch. Yeah, I'm talking to you. What the fuck you wanna do? I just do what I do, and that's real on the break. You ain't fucking with none of my.
proceed to take precautions when I'm on your set. I heat it up like he rocks when they get wet until you regret and reminisce the day that we met. Ain't no reset, it's allowed after placing his bet. This game is roulette. The winner was red, your choice was black. Excel strikes first, why you strike back? But as a matter of fact, you the one that made these issues. Excel is on target and you off a scud missile, so adjust them. But first grab the crew and discuss them. My rhymes are like Buddy Lee jeans, you can't bust them, it's disgusting. The shit you do just to be connected. You holler, keep it real when you're faking than prosthetic, you're pathetic. And from the look you rank about a zero, making up a super image like a comic hero, not De Niro. So I try to analyze decisions from a vision with more believers in religions like incisions. Every rhyme decision is the cut. I be screaming he's the master like my name is Show Enough. But so what? Yo, but too slow to make moves. Behind the scenes to keep up, yeah, you breaking rules. Fools fall in love, but in your case fall in line. My insight, I'll shine through brightest sunshine. That's designed to enlighten blind minds and let them know. The 30 cent Excel one, sorry son, case closed.
Confusion and confliction, that's why you always bitching. Your whole style was bitten, why you keep on spitting. Trying to battle B-boy, that I did was so pitiful. Survival of the fittest, that's why my flows is physical. Mentally it's critical, you trying to reach your pinnacle. Since I roll with spittable, you know my style's cynical. Who's that on my genitals, soaking up my minerals. Smoother than that criminal, deeper than subliminal.
Essay from paradigm, making any pair of rhymes look like a pair of lies when I paralyze eyes and hypnotize the wise and energize solar power and radiate the fake like a meteor shower. Bring the havoc, in fact, yo, I'm a savage when that fuck rhymes in my direction. I flick your whole section and attack from every angle like a graphic ellipse and black out the sun like a solar eclipse.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Enter my paradome center and see. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Enter a paradome.
It's the comical-listic, political optimistic, unbiased, statistically, lyrically cataclysmic. Disaster strike on impact. In fact, eradicates, coagulates, and discombobulates as I accommodate. Time and space back to fiction. A lyrical contradiction. The illest aftermath of flabbergasting opposition. The order of competition, retorted with the condition. Never define the time to mastermind my rhyme through definition. Demising your decision. Opposing me sporadically. Or battling me strategically. You get left quadriplegically. And you can credit this telekinetic, believing you synthetically edited and medically prosthetic. Cause you slipping. Like rollerblading an ice capade. Or pulling a pin from a grenade. I'm liable to detonate and explode as I penetrate with metaphors to murder y'all. I take about as much shit as a urinal. None is wrong with my miracles. I'll flex my lyricals and defeat the tyranno with spiritual material. Inferior to none, every rhyme an explosion. To leave your body decapitated through erosion. Cause my commotion is deep space with formalities. To battle aliens and gamble humanity. Sanity ferocious like a tiger in the woods. While you stick out like Tiger Woods in the hood.
Every bit of the shit that I spit will lift. I'll be the last man standing like Bruce Willis. I'm in the back of the club acting cool and shit until your crew wanna bring some of that foolish shit. And when I'm chilling in the cypher killing beats right and left, I'm the brother that you call to make your remixes deaf. But you better watch your step when you in the paradome. 2 men enter, only 1 goes home. So I roll with the victory, break you from your dignity. Shit to me, better check your history. Seems
Also
like
mad at the song.
is a trend.
Yo,
I was so mad at this song.
Girl, you didn't have my leftovers because I put some fly bitches close on the other shoulder. You like a roller coaster.
I love the beat.
Love it. How you talk on all that shit?
Vitamin D, man. Rhyme sayers.
The paradome center and see. 2 men enter, 1 man leave.
But hold up to them fake MCs I can't feel. Putting hip-hop heads to bed like Nike Wheel. I will, if you insist to drop these rhymes, eat you from the inside and dispose you like a rind. Never mind, our minds can never quite measure. I'll be your full day, you be a second of sex pleasure. I'm clever to hide behind rhymes others wrote, but by the time you reach your punchline, son, you're choked.
Yo, son, you got that one song from the Drive, the one that he did with Rocket and
it's our sitcom like TV splitting out.
That's not accessible from where I'm playing music from right now.
That's okay, yeah. Great song. Listen, man, I got a few questions for y'all. By the way, this is a station identification. This is the DedBeatz live and direct. We are THADEDBEATZ at youtube.com every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Catch us on all platforms after March 2nd. Spotify, SoundCloud, all in your mouth. Sing it, play it loud. That's right. Apple, name it. Ask that fucking bitch Alexa to play the DedBeatz. She'll do some shit too. At any rate, we're back with the DedBeatz. That was actually Paradigm. That was Ian Flamberis's crew from back in the day. 2 men enter, 1 man leave. I was so angry. I was a little jealous. That was a great song, great beats. Big ups to Vitamin D and R.I.P. for Smoke. Smoke was
Smoke
one of the
man.
Yes, sir. He resonated through the town when he passed on. So big ups. Man, well, let's talk a little hip hop before we wrap this up, man. This is kind of a hip hop show. We playing our stuff. That track was Hot Paradigm. I know you shopped it to E Double and a couple other folks, and whatever came with that, real quick.
Man, we had Parrish Smith from EPM was feeling our demo, and we sent that out to him. He really liked that song, a couple of the other songs, and in the end, he came back. At the time, he was like, he didn't know there was like 4 of us in the crew. There wasn't a lot of crews at that time, you know, it was a lot of individuals, and he was like, there's not a lot of money to be made with 4 people, so let's not do it. That was the end of it. But that track, man, shit, you notice it's long as shit because we were so hyped off that Vitamin D beat, you know, we just kept rhyming. Everybody just wanted to get another piece of that beat. Our verses are long as shit on there.
Motherfuckers was trying to be like Wu-Tang and shit. They're acting like they were like 12 people. You spit out. It was like,
every time I spit something, Harold's like, man, I got something. I was like, fuck.
Your shit was dope, though. That's what I was the most proud of you. I hate to say it. But lyrical, miracles.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
one of my
shit,
favorite. Probably my favorite battle verse is that one right there, and that's the one everybody's like.
I'm sorry. What's that?
No, I was just saying, you know, everybody's like, oh, you sound like Eminem. Kind of sound like him with that high pitched voice. And before Eminem, it was Opio from, you know, Souls of Mischief, but it's always been, you know, somebody with a high pitched voice. You know,
you adopt this out, and it feels comfortable for you. So you know, fuck them. And that's what you told me. Actually, he told me, he's like, yo, MC, I'm loving your lyrics right now. I'm loving your style. Man, that's why I've been so infatuated with you for so many years. But can you cut out the high-pitched sound? Because I said, deep in the trenches, trudging through muddy waters, overcoming obstacles, and trying to be supportive of our son and daughters, and impeded by judges' orders, mandatory jail time, because labeled like deadbeat fathers. Now, my addiction got me locked in the zone of restriction of conviction, says enough on its own. Check it out. I traveled the world in my mind a million times to gather information. I traveled the world in my mind to gather information and make the decision mine. He's like, yo.
That sounded painful.
Oh, man.
I mean, like, because I know your voice, and like,
dog, there's times where this cat would freestyle, man, and it was like, it was nothing but fucking like an East Coast thick accent that was super high pitched, and I just, yo, check it out, motherfucker, you know, and I was just like, yo, just,
no, I mean,
don't do that. We ain't woo, you know.
What are you talking about? Oh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't introduced my friend, but actually a good friend of mine and hopefully a friend of yours soon, but in peace and heart and mind. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Lee has entered the building. Tom, let's give him a whoa! Yeah, we talk old school, by the way. No retreat, no surrender. I want y'all to check that out on YouTube. You kids get to blow your brains. So, well, that's absolutely great. Tonight has been the origin of hip hop, actually the origin of the Deadbeats and where we came from and how we began and where our journey took us. Obviously, we're here now, but what a fantastic show. I think I'm about to die here in a second. 1%. But at any rate, what a fantastic ride. It's been a great show. It's been a great journey, and we've got a lot of good people coming up here soon. More to come. And who we have H-Bomb coming, hip hop MC, one of the pioneers of the hip hop community here in Seattle. That's right. What's the association of his crews again there, big guy? Hit me.
So he was down with Sins and Mila. That was part of Tribal Productions in the early 90s. I used to go see them perform all the time before I even met the cat, man. But those were the cats that I was really into. Yeah, you know, they were doing shit for a long time in the early 90s up there. Vitamin D, him, they had this whole crew, 14 Fathoms Deep, great CD. Yeah, they got a nice crew up there, man.
Beautiful. That's fantastic. We have, who else do we have? We have Rocket One from Portland, Oregon, doing big things.
Right.
That's right. Close brother of ours, so big ups to Rocket. Super proud of you, bro. Super proud of you, you know, from where we came from, where we started. We all kind of grew up together, MC, and he's made a big wave with his community and his friends.
Great dude.
Great guy. Yeah, he's produced a lot of good music as well, and he made an amazing album as well. A few of them, but he's kind of like the head, you know. He's like razor sharp. So big ups to Rocket. We've got a beautiful.
I found that Blitz cut that we did with him. So
oh, you did? Absolutely, yeah. Big ups to Blitz, by the way. That's on the drive. But yeah, big ups to Blitz. Actually, Blitz has moved on. Rocket One ran into him.
Tom, you there?
I'm here.
I think MC might have cut out.
Yeah. So, you know, next week we got H-Bomb. And the following week, I believe we have I want to let me go to the next. Then we have H-Bomb next Saturday. We've got Ness the following Saturday. Nasty Ness.
Exciting. That's going to be real exciting, man.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about that.
Yeah, basically all the people that we did interviews with before we had this platform. So we wanted to make sure that y'all got these because great people that we talked to.
Growing up, like, you know, I always dreamt about getting my demo into the hands of Ness and Mix-a-Lot. And
yeah.
So, hey, man, if you guys like the show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tune in next week. Tune in every Saturday. If you can't tune in on Saturday, you can always go back and watch the live video after it's not live. Fast forward to the parts where you think we're boring or whatever. Just, you know, check us out, support the movement, hit the like and subscribe button.
Yes, sir. And this has been a 2-hour broadcast of the DedBeatz, the origins. Long ass show, but it was something that was long overdue.
Yep.
Moorfield.
All right, Ian.
All right.
Peace.